Now we have made sure that our ebook is ready to publish on Kindle Direct Publishing. We checked that out on the Mobi reader, make sure that it looked okay. So we know that when we import our HTML into Kindle Direct Publishing, it's going to look the way we want it to look. So what we need to do now is go to Kindle Direct Publishing, which is kdp.amazon.com. And then you need to make sure you have an Amazon account. So if you have an Amazon account already, you can sign in. Otherwise, you can sign up, and it's free to sign up. Now you need to read and agree to the Kindle Direct Publishing terms. So go through this and then accept the terms. I'm also getting some terms for Amazon.uk, so again, read those. And then you're into the back end of Kindle Direct Publishing. At this point, we can just add a new title. Okay, then we enter our book details. So first of all, the title. Okay, so double your reading speed in 30 minutes or less. If the book is part of a series, you want to check this. In our case, it isn't. Next, we have edition number. If it's the first time you have published the work, put edition 1 here. That way, if you decide to publish it again, you can use version numbers to differentiate the original from the version that you originally published. Okay, next, we need to put in a description of our book. Make sure you use your main keywords in the description as well. This is what people are going to see on the page when they shop for your book. So do a good job of describing your book here. Okay, now as well as giving a good description in here, make sure you put in point form what they're going to learn. This gives them good information and lets them easily decide if it's something they're looking for. Now, book contributors. Okay, what you can do here is list anyone that has contributed to this book. Okay, so of course yourself as the author, but you can also add other people's names in here and how they contributed to the book. For instance, if you had somebody write a foreword for you, you can put that in here. If you have illustrators, etc., you see all the different things you can have in here. So put in the proper credits here. Okay, next we need to select our language and the publication date. So whatever date you publish it on, we'll just pick the current date. Okay, under publisher, put your name here. And then ISBN you're going to leave blank because you're going to get an ASIN number from Amazon. Okay, down here you have to state whether it's public domain work or if it's not a public domain work and you hold the necessary publishing rights. Okay, so if it is a public domain work, you're going to have to give details on that behind here. Okay, so we'll click this is not a public domain. Okay, so here we have our categories and our keywords. This is very important, especially the keywords. First of all, we'll add the categories, and then you just pick the proper category in here. Now remember when we were looking on Amazon earlier, you should have been taking note of where people were listing similar books, and then you could emulate the same thing here. Okay, so you check them over here and they appear over on the right hand side. Okay, so you're only allowed a maximum of 2, so get the 2 in there that you think are the best. You can always remove them. You can just check here and remove the category and put in a different one if you think you don't have it right. Okay, we'll save that. And then here are our keywords. So this is another very important part. This is how many people are going to find your book. So you need to get this right as well. You're allowed 7 different key phrases separated by commas. So you can do keyword research by looking at the keywords other people on Amazon are using. You can also use the Google keyword tool to figure out what people are looking for when they're doing general searches in Google for speed reading, or what in this case it's speed reading, or whatever your subject is. So let's go here and we'll go to the Google keyword tool. Okay, and then you could just put in the main keyword that your book is on, and this will give you some more ideas. Okay, so we have to put in the captcha code down here and then click search. Okay, and then down here it gives us the different keywords that people are looking for over here, the global monthly searches, so we can get an idea of what people are searching for on Google, and then we can use some of these keywords in Amazon. So of course we're going to use the main keyword. Another one that this book is using is speed reading technique, so we're going to use that. So let's take those two and put them in there right away. Now you could also click on the global searches and get these in the order of the most number of searches to the least number of searches as well. Now by clicking this box up here, you can get a closer match than what we saw there. There were some other words in there. It was using synonyms. So this way we'll only get the speed reading words in here. And now we've got it sorted by most searches to least number of searches. So go through here and pick the keyword that best describe your book and the way you think people are going to find it. Okay, next we're going to upload our book cover that we already created. So we just browse for the image. Okay, now we've already seen how it has to look, the size it has to be and everything, and we've followed these rules already. So all we have to do now is go browse for it. Okay, so cover and upload the image. Now I broke my own rule with this cover. I just created a quick one for this course, but you need to follow the suggestions that I gave you before and use a compelling cover that has all the information on it, and that is a nice looking cover, because people will get an impression of the book from the cover that you create. Okay, next, whether you want to use digital rights management in your uploaded book. All that does is it keeps people from being able to share your book without them buying it. It does allow them to share it with others for a short amount of time, but it does expire, and then if they want to continue, they're going to have to buy it. So if you don't want to use this, you can set it to no, and then people will be able to freely distribute it amongst whoever they choose. Okay, so it's up to you how you want to do this. Next, you select your content file. Remember, we've already got our content file ready as we have tested it out using the Mobi Creator. Okay, so we find it here. And then we upload. Now we can move forward while it's still doing this. It'll continue to do it in the background. Okay, after we have reviewed the book and click Save and Continue, we now can pick our territories. It's going to be worldwide rights in most cases, unless you have a specific reason that you don't want it to be worldwide distribution. You should pick worldwide rights. Okay, let's roll down here. Now, this is where we can pick our royalties. We'll pick the 70% royalty, and then you must be between $2.99 and $9.99 to be able to get the 70% royalty. With the 35% royalty, you can be a higher price, between 99 cents and $200. Okay, so let's set our price. Now remember, the higher you set your price, the more money you're going to make. So set your price at $9.99 if you think it's worth that much. If you have a shorter book like I do here, I'm going to choose $5.99. Okay, set UK price automatically be based on the US price. We can leave that checked. Okay, and earlier we already selected the digital rights here. You'll see it's grayed out, allow lending. If you look over here on the right, it says that they can lend it, but for a maximum of 14 days. And won't be readable after that. Okay, at this point you can click this box stating that you have the right to publish this book, and then save and publish, or you can save for later if you want to continue with something or you want to change it at a later time. Okay, I'm not going to publish that right now because I'm not quite ready to do that. But when you go back to our bookshelf now, you see that your book is in here. I have this one in draft status, but when I publish it, it will be in published status and ready to be purchased by customers. In the next video, I'm just going to go over some strategies you can use to increase traffic to your book.